so you get it on SoundCloud a lot. Like, great song. It's not a fucking song.
There's someone that says, like, there's like someone who likes almost every single...
All of them, user 411, 67, 69, 420.
I think they're actually...
I finally made it.
Yes. Okay, we're back. We're
back.
Oh, baby.
Baby, I'm back, yeah.
Okay, so, hold on.
I'm just gonna do that every time we have a technical difficulty. So get used to it. Are we good?
Jonathan Smith, hello.
We're up and running, right?
Let me see.
Guys, message us if you can see us and hear us.
What a feeling. That's really stuck in my head. Beats believing.
I can have it all now. I'm dancing for my life.
Wow. Keep your passion. Okay.
Now, Cody says now is a time to plug Patreon to pay for upgrades.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, you're going to be hearing about Patreon, don't you?
You're going to be hearing from us soon, so you guys are in trouble. Not even you. I think everyone in here gives.
Yeah.
To Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. We're back.
Okay, great.
I just want to honor the commenter before. Hold on. Where is it? Shit.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
Is this a new video?
We read a comment. Yeah. We read a comment when we were off air, and we were both
touched
laughing
by it. Hold on.
Really hard.
Let me see it.
Oh, I got it. So, Rowan says, when I was like 8, my crazy drug addict aunt had a brain aneurysm and moved in with us for 6 months into my room. She slept in the bottom bunk of the bunk bed.
That is so fucking hilarious.
That's so...
The whole sentence. My crazy drug addict aunt had a brain aneurysm and moved into my room. My family had a friend, Diane, my mom's friend who was crazy, who loved horses.
Crazy Diane.
Crazy Diane loved
Crazy
horses.
horse girl Diane.
And she was in our house for a while, and I was kind of like, what's going on? And then also my...
Really?
Yeah.
How long did she live with you?
I don't know, but I remember it being like an extended, like where I was like, why is Dan here all the time? And my mom's like, don't forget about it. Drinking directly out of a bottle of wine.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I think they had a falling out because Diane is crazy and kept bankrupting herself on horses.
She would buy horses.
Yes. She had a super rich, fucked up husband who I think used to maybe beat her up. I don't know. But like something like really bad. And she got a bunch of money in the divorce from him because like...
Horse money.
Yeah, and then she spent it all on horses.
I mean, kind of a baller. But like, you're bankrupt. Like, you can't even... I mean, I guess you could ride a horse.
She also had birds.
Did she ride the horse around town?
No, she had a stable. She also had birds, too. Like, key indicator of crazy is...
Oh, that she's a bird lady.
Yeah. So it's like, you get...
Also, birds and horses are like at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of pets.
Yeah.
Like, one's very large and powerful,
and
the other's very flighty, literally.
Yeah,
she had dogs too.
Yeah, she had dogs.
So she had like a whole farm.
Yeah. And she was like hammered all the time.
Let's pour one out for Diane, everybody.
Diane! I miss you. She was super fun. I used to go to her farm and hang out. And I used to call myself Bobcat. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a cat because I was a weird little freak.
Yeah, and you still want to be a cat.
I would like roll around the dirt in her farm and be like, I'm Bobcat. And my mom would just be like, okay, whatever.
And Diane was right there with you.
Diane's like, I'm a fucking cat too.
We're both cats.
This kid gets me. I was also the flower girl for my drunk uncle's wedding.
Your drunkle?
my drunkle Dave, who I love so
Drunkle Dave's been named.
Drunkle Dave was the best. Totally inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, he was my dad's best friend. They grew up in Prince George.
Oh, he's not even really your uncle.
No, he's like my...
Oh, I've heard about this guy.
He's my dad's drunk best friend.
Yeah, he's a party guy, right?
I love him, but he's like completely... He's like losing his life to alcohol. Like, in the most serious fucking way. He has a DUI. It's funny. It's very funny. He had a wedding.
Yeah, that part is not funny.
No,
it's not funny. Listen, guys.
Losing your life to alcohol is not funny, but as someone who's partially done it, LOL. Mm-hmm. It has its funny moments.
If you make it out of it alive, it's funny.
Well,
but only if you come out the other side.
Dave lives near a bar. He lives with his wife. He got a DUI, so he has to walk to the bar, and that's like all he does. Yeah. But
he lives in walking distance from the bar.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So he's good. So it's like, it's good. Everything's fine.
Everybody's safe.
Everyone's fine.
His ankle bracelet doesn't go off either when he walks to the bar. It's in his radius.
So Dave was like a player, and I realize this now that he must have fucked to like everyone.
He's not a player, he just fucks a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm like, oh, I get this, because
Wasn't he married multiple times?
Married multiple times, and also, like, I realized, like, oh, my dad was Dave's nerdy friend who, like, wingmanned him and never got laid and, like, always took care of him, and, you know... He was like...
Yeah, your dad was like the guy that you keep around to like
my dad
keep you from killing yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to pay for he used to give Dave money, and tell Dave to like save it, and then my dad went to the bank one day to like check on it, and Dave had spent it all.
Wait, your dad was in charge of Dave's accounts?
I think he made an account for him. It was like, save with this, like put money into this.
Wow.
And then
so they really are like brothers.
They were best friends. They grew up together. My dad was like sick all the time. He was the sickly kid. So he was like a nerd, you know, dirt poor. Like everyone picked on him. Dave was popular.
I mean, I can't imagine why they would pick on him. He opens people's accounts for fun.
Yeah, I know, right? He's a fucking square. And so Dave...
Mad rich, though.
Yeah.
Listen.
Being a square pays off. In certain ways. But Dave defended him and, like, took him under his wing. And I think that they were best friends from then on.
It's like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah. And
it's
then,
like the alligator and the clam or whatever.
Sure. The turtle and the hare. You know?
No, that's not a symbiotic relationship. It's like the whale and the plankton on the whale.
Yeah.
You know
I think Dave was his best friend, but, like, it hit a certain point where he couldn't, like, take care of him anymore. But
so they don't talk anymore?
No, but rarely, but my dad took me to visit Dave a few years back, but I remember one of his weddings was in Dave's apartment, and I was a flower girl. And again, now as an adult, I'm like, a wedding in your apartment? Interesting.
Was it a nice apartment?
No. And Dave was, like, hammered, and, like, the bride was also hammered. Like, it was...
How long did they last?
I don't know. Probably not long.
A few years? Or
maybe, yeah.
Does he always marry the same type of woman?
Yeah, he's an alcoholic, so he marries, like, women who take care of him, and then they get tired of it.
Yeah.
But beautiful women, I mean, yeah. Dave had a...
Did they stay the same age?
No.
Okay, so it's not one of those.
No, he's not one of those. But, yeah, he was the first person who ever told a joke, and I remember asking my dad, like, what is that? I like, that's so fun. And he's like, oh, Dave's a funny person. And I was like, I fucking love that.
I'm sorry, you didn't know what a joke was?
I knew, but like he was the first funny, like really funny person I encountered. You know?
Drunks are very funny.
They're so funny. He was so inappropriate.
Alright, should we finish our thoughts on this?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry for that little intermission.
Yeah.
So, to recap...
Wait, can we... Just one more pause. Jonathan Smith says, I supervised a guy who got a DUI on a riding lawnmower. He got arrested because he was driving on the highway with blades running and slinging gravel at passing cars.
Oh my god.
The comment section is lit today.
Yeah, it really is. You guys have stories.
Okay, so let's...
You guys should start a podcast.
Yeah.
However many of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to recap, She has a 14-year-old daughter. The 14-year-old daughter has a female best friend. They're both bi, or maybe the other one's gay. She didn't specify. And they've been fooling around.
I wonder what that means.
To me, it means like making out and maybe like over the pants stuff.
A little heavy petting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, heavy petting, you can't shit on it.
No, you cannot.
As I've gotten to a certain age,
as a 30-year-old.
Oh, I enjoy it more than I did when I was 17.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen.
I feel like not like fucking. That would be crazy.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I was a parent and I found out that my 14-year-old was fucking, it doesn't matter how cool our relationship is, I would take pause.
Yeah, for sure.
But so she's wondering when the sleepovers are not at their house, what she should do or if there's anything she can do to make sure that they're not pushing the boundaries too far. And the friends / girlfriend's parents are Mormon and might not know that she is gay.
Yeah. Huh.
Before, I was saying that maybe she could talk. Maybe she doesn't even need to talk to the friend. Maybe she could just sit her down and be like, hey, I know that there's some stuff that maybe you don't feel comfortable sharing with your parents because they're your parents. So if you ever want to talk to me about anything, I'm happy to.
Yeah. Just
to set a precedent that there's an open door policy.
Yeah.
Because I do think when it comes to other people's kids, you gotta be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
if the parents are, like, religious.
Definitely.
You don't know what, like, possible shitstorm you could be setting off.
Yeah, like, if you say something and you're well-intentioned, but then it ends up making her uncomfortable, she could say something to her parents, and they could get mad at you. It's a whole thing. But if she comes to you, then I think it's fair game. Yeah. Pretty much. But I don't think practically there's a whole lot you can do.
No, there isn't. I mean, as someone who hooked up with their best friend, no one ever knew, and no one was gonna stop us from whatever weird shit we got up to.
Getting wild.
And it's pretty common for like.
Yeah, I mean she's 14.
Same sex friendships to like mess around, even just for curiosity's sake.
Yeah.
I think it's like not. I think if you put shame on it, that's when it starts to, like, be a problem.
Yeah, but I don't think she's concerned.
No, I don't think that's the case.
I think it's because, with boys and girls, they just don't. Like, I couldn't have sleepovers with boys.
No.
I never had the opportunity.
I had one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, how old are we talking?
Harrison.
Like 14, though?
No, like...
14 is like, you're not having sleepovers with boys.
No. Okay. I think that she should send her daughter to conversion. No, I'm kidding.
She should pray the gay away.
I think you should encourage your daughter to only have sleepovers at your house. And just like keep an open line of communication.
That's a good idea. If you, I mean, really, you just have to be the fun house.
Be the wacky aunt house.
They're not going to be the fun house. They're a bunch of Mormons. No offense to any Mormons, but come on, we know who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're the fun house, then they're going to want to stay. And if you have this open, honest, good relationship with your daughter, it's just going to be a more hospitable environment for everybody to hang out there anyway, right? So then they wouldn't have to sneak around, and they would both feel like they wouldn't need to hide anything, and there'd be less weird stuff happening.
Yeah, I also feel like if there's like books or a podcast or a show or something that like deals with this feeling, like I feel like, not feeling, but like where there's role models to show what being bi is like or what this struggle is like at her age.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You can show her that.
Oh, you should send her a link to Dan Savage.
Yeah.
The Savage Lovecast.
Kids can understand pretty complex things.
I mean, yeah, she's a teenager.
Yeah.
So she's old enough to, and I actually think that that would be really good for somebody who's like growing up outside. I mean, it's so normal. It's so like common for people to come out at a young age now as bisexual or gay. Like I think it's great that it's like way more accepted. But it would be, you're right. It would be good to
give her like resources and role models who have that experience, because then she has like a positive, like, oh, here's this successful, happy, open person that has this, that is the same as me. Like,
yeah, and Dan Savage, he, everything always comes down to respect and boundaries, like understanding people's boundaries, and just like very simple things that if I knew them as a teenager, I probably would have done less shit because I thought that I had to.
Yeah.
Or I thought other people wanted me to.
You can only bolster her self-esteem, which seems like what she's doing. Like, this person seems like a great parent. And like give her a safe space to say whatever she wants, and like make it known that your house is like a place to be open, and then give her some resources if she doesn't already have them. And
also send her a link to this show and share it on your Instagram story.
Yeah.
I just threw in the Instagram story because I want people to do that more.
I love that when you do that.
I love when you do that.
Yeah.
And we gotta wrap it up, but
Jonathan Smith says Dan Savage would scare me to death at 14. Well, you're not an evolved bisexual child.
I don't think he's scary.
No. I mean, we were listening to Keith and the Girl when we were 14.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's...
If my parents knew what I was listening to, they would have... Well, my mom wouldn't have cared, but my dad would have been like, I don't think that's wise.
Yeah, you can only control how you influence her. You can't control other factors. You can't control this other family. Like, focus on the things that you can control and give her a sense of empowerment, and she'll be okay. It's also like, something fucked up might happen with this girl, as like human relationships are unpredictable, and it'll only be a lesson. Like, you can't prevent something like bad happening.
Yeah,
to your
I honestly
daughter.
think that the best you can do is have an open line of communication and make sure that she has resources, and you're already doing that.
Yeah.
So.
And also encourage the sleepovers to be at your place if you can.
Yeah.
But
and also I really think she should tell the girl, like, if she ever, just a general statement. Yeah. If you ever want to talk about something, I know I'm not your mom, but I'm here, and I love you.
Oh,
tear.
Wow.
Anyway.
We went from drowning kids in a bath to, like, accepting children for who they are. What a range today.
Yeah, well, that's the scope of human emotions.
I
it is
agree.
wide.
I agree.
Should we do our hot mess moment of the week?
Yeah. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My hot mess moment of the week is I realized that my first sexual experience was because my mom was watching softcore porn in our living room.
Very nice.
Ding!
My hot mess moment of the week was I relapsed, and we will go.
I didn't know if you were... I didn't think you would... Okay.
I mean, I had one beer, and it's
Mama,
fine.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sober anymore.
And I sang that song.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. It was one beer. It was really kind of a lame-o relapse, to be honest. But nevertheless, some family shit blew up in my face. Family's a big topic of
Family's a trigger.
Today's podcast. Family's the only thing that can really ever send me over the edge anymore. And,
yeah.
I went over the edge.
Other things can send me over the edge.
Sure. They're like the king of sending me over the edge.
Yeah. Well, they're your foundation.
Yeah. So, but I'm fine. Not anything to worry. I'm also sick, so it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind when you have the drink? Like, do you have the drink and then do you want to have another drink, or are you...
Well, in this particular case, I had a cold and my head hurt a lot. This one sucked because it was like I'm in so much pain that I just want to like check out. That's what the only thing that will lead me to relapse now is like I'm in so much emotional pain that this is my old way of like turning it off. But unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. Because I like know better and I can't even enjoy it. So the first sip, I was like, "Oh yeah, booze is the best." But
what did you order?
Beer.
What kind of beer?
Like a Pilsner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just that initial like, oh, great. But then the second sip, I was like, oh, my head fucking hurts. It's so loud in here. And like this is not. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna get trashed. I mean, if I got trashed, it would be, like, something crazy would have to happen for me to get trashed.
Yeah.
But, like, I was like, oh, my head hurts. I'm not having fun. It's loud. I know that I'm not gonna be ordering multiples of these, so...
Well, you know, this is what I find. I always, and I don't know if the same is true for you, but, I always find that if you go into drinking from a negative place, you're not going to end in a positive place. Like, you're not going to... Like, anytime that I've ever been in low spirits and then I start drinking, it doesn't get better. Well, I just get, you know... I don't end up having a good time where I otherwise wouldn't have had a good time. Does that make sense?
Of course. But yeah, I use alcohol like a medicine.
Yeah, which I get. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you're drinking, if you're in a like state of distress,
oh yeah,
and you have one beer, like, how could it possibly make you feel better?
Oh no, I mean, it didn't do anything. If I was smart, I would have had a spirits drink.
A Long Island iced tea.
Because that would have gotten me, like, that would have done...
A Long Island iced tea, a single Long Island iced tea would probably fuck you up so hard.
Yeah. But
because
I was like...
you haven't drank in so long.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't be visibly intoxicated. Like, no one knew I was doing it. And I was like, I can't get fucked up. Like, I just want to see if this is maybe going to make things a little bit more manageable. And then, like, 3 sips in, I was like, fuck. This sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that's how it turned out, you know? It could have been much worse.
I knew it was going to suck. This one guy was being so loud, and I wanted to be like, I'm trying to relapse over here. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, I wish you did.
Let me have my moment.
Blaine says, if I'm drinking depressed, I end up more depressed, pass out on the sidewalk, and get my phone stolen and end up more depressed.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's a cycle.
I have been there many, many times.
Thank you for joining us on this lovely Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend.
Yeah.
See you Wednesday.
Bye-bye.